Hello everyone, 2 and 3. So if you've seen me play video games, you might notice that I like to break them. A lot. I enjoy finding glitches in video games, and I think I'm pretty good at it. But more than just glitches, cheese. The tasty, tasty cheese. If you don't know where the term comes from, I think it means cheating with ease. But it's not quite the same thing as cheating, it's more like finding a completely unexpected strategy to win. It doesn't necessarily have to be a glitch, but just something outside of what the game designers anticipated players would do. Unexpected tactics. An example would be like glitching out the high score counter in a game. So you're not playing the game anymore, you're just playing the high score counter. Or just finding a strategy that completely breaks the point of even playing the game entirely. That's basically what cheese is. You cheated, but not really, and you did it with ease. And while doing the cheese is kind of fun, I personally have a lot more fun trying to find the cheese in every game that I play, so it's not so much doing the cheese as it is finding it. If you think about the old arcade machines, some of those could be cheesed too, like very similar to the video games on your PC. Actually, I think Mark Rober did some videos showing exactly this, where he is cheesing arcade machines. And in his videos, you can see that he goes about it like an engineer would. Like he studies the machine and how it's made, finds the component that can be exploited towards the goal, and designs a way to use that exploit towards the goal of the game. I think that's fantastic, and that's actually like analogous to what I do for video games. You might already know that I like to make mods for video games, and I know how to program. I already have a lot of the understanding about the internal mechanisms that even make the game a game that you can play. So it's exactly the same. I can often just look at the gameplay and find the components with weak areas or aren't programmed so like neat and tidy. And those are the places to start exploring, like stress testing, to see what you can do in the game, what you can make use of, and what actually goes towards winning the game. Anyway, why bring any of this up? Well, I've got a little something for you guys. I finally took the plunge and installed Unity, and this time I actually launched it. There's so many buttons and things just everywhere. But after a bit of poking around, I have a better understanding, and I can see why Unity is a very popular choice. So I threw together this little game. It's nothing special, it looks like a Unity tutorial, it's just a little game. But this game actually is special. I lied earlier when I said it wasn't anything special, because it is. This game is for you to cheese, which is weird considering that it was designed for that purpose, so like, is it actually cheese if it was designed? To cheese or not to cheese, that is the fromage. So let me tell you a little bit about the game and the gameplay. It's a very straightforward game, WASD or arrow keys to move around and jump, and you have to dodge the stuff coming in. Very simple stuff. The longer you play, the harder it gets. Objects move faster, more of them spawn in, and they get wider over time too. So eventually, it will become physically impossible to continue, meaning there is an endpoint, there's an upper limit. The gameplay has random variables, like where the obstacles appear. So sometimes you can get very lucky with how things spawn in and everything just sort of like lines up. Other times it makes you zigzag back and forth a lot and it can be more difficult. So you get points for each obstacle that you dodge, meaning there's very few points in the beginning, but more as you keep going. But eventually that flattens out into linear growth. The bonus objects are what you want to collect, as they reward you with 1/3 of your current score. It's a very big bonus, but maybe too risky to get. This is the only option for exponential growth. Jumping takes away 1/3 of your current score, so very cheap in the beginning, but more expensive as you go. It's a huge risk, but if it means that you get to continue the run to get even more points later, then it's totally worth it. Like with most games, you can't expect to just pick it up and instantly get the top high score of all time. There is a skill component. But it also doesn't take very long to get a feel for the character's weight, acceleration, and jumps. So while you can be lucky with how things spawn in, being able to skillfully control yourself will allow you to make the most out of every run, no matter how lucky it was. And there are rankings to unlock in this game, which is just based on the high score that you get at the end of your run, like tier levels, like what grade did you get? I kind of forgot what I named the ranks in-game, but I do remember what the point levels are, so you start off with a rank of 0, and the easiest rank to unlock is 10,000 points. And this is actually like a very, very easy rank to unlock. Like you could actually start the game, never touch your keyboard, and you might just get lucky unlocking the first rank. The next rank you might notice is 69,420 points, because it's my game and I gotta program it how I want to, goddammit. Nah, but mostly these numbers are just about the scaling in the game. There's like an exponential growth in points, and then there's like a stage 2 exponential growth in points. So these numbers are just sort of like following what feels easy to achieve. So there's easy, medium, hard. You actually got to try a little bit harder to surpass 200,000 points. And then of course, expert is 420, 420. And you might notice the next level at 700,000 points just says you found the cheese. That's because if you did find the cheese, you will guaranteed get over 700,000 points. But this cheese method is kind of limited. You're not going to get over 800,000 points. So to get ranks beyond this, you actually have to be good at the game. You actually have to have gamer skills, and then you can get 1.2 million, and then the other rank, 2 million plus. There's actually a final rank, and in here it says infinity, but I think it's actually just like 10 million points, and it says you found the cheese number 2. And that's because the second cheese method is theoretically infinite. You just stop at the score that you want. So yeah, this is just my little game that I threw together, and I want to challenge you guys to play this game. You can get good at the game if that's what you want to do, shouldn't take too long, and it is very possible to get some insanely high scores just with normal gameplay. But my challenge is about cheese, so I'm challenging you guys not only to play the game, but to discover the hidden cheese methods in the game. There are 2 that I know of, and they are very, very easy to do. So the first person to record a video of their gameplay showing the cheese will win something special. I don't know what it is, I haven't actually thought that far ahead. So just to make things sort of clear, because this is like a contest now, you're only allowed to use the game itself, no outside software. So like, using cheat engine to set your high score doesn't count as cheesing the game, that's just cheating. Also, that means all the controls available to you on the keyboard. And remember, no outside software also means no stuff like keyboard macros. That would be more like a tool-assisted speedrun, not really in the spirit of the cheesing contest. I'm making this because I have a lot of fun glitching and cheesing the games that I play, and I wanted to share some of that fun with you guys in a sort of tutorial kind of way. Not everybody knows how I even find the cheese in video games, so this is sort of like an introductory course, with some very easy examples of cheese and very simple gameplay mechanics to get you started. I think it'll help you get a feel for what you're doing as a gamer that ends up being cheese for you. I think once you figure out this little game, you will start to think more like a cheeser for all video games in general. So remember, it's just what you have available for you to use in the game. All of your movement abilities, jumping and how that's programmed, what actions you can take, what strategies will break the challenge of the game entirely. Plus, I also tried to make the game itself a little bit fun to play. Kind of addicting, but you guys can let me know what you think down in the comments below. The download link is in the description for you guys to enjoy. Play the game normally and let me know what you think, or take a shot at the challenge to find the cheese. And that's a big old GLHF to everyone. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video. In another video.